Hello everyone and welcome back to round 15 of the F1 1998 career mode. Yes, we're back this weekend here from the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka, of course. A track that I believe actually decided the 1998 championship, and it might do the same this weekend. However, it is not Mika Hakkinen that can be crowned world champion here. It is actually Eddie Irvine. Yes, he has got a 9-point lead now over Mika, so he would require the McLaren driver to have an absolute disaster. But David Coulthard and Michael Schumacher still with an outside shot at least dragging the title fight to our finale next weekend in Brazil. Of course, if you missed out on the video that went live at the end of last week from the Hockenheim ring, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out as well. But yeah, we're currently sat 7th place in the Drivers' Championship. It has been a really, really good season for us. Good, consistent points on a pretty regular basis there. You can see we've failed to score points, 5 times all season, which is absolutely mental in a backmarket car. It has been a fantastic campaign, but can we continue on that form this weekend? Can Eddie Irvine, of course, win the World Championship, set to retire at the end of the season? Of course, if you're new around here as well, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed. We're getting very, very close to 125k subs at the moment, and yeah, let's do this thing. Well, this is probably then one of the only tracks we'll do this year, which feels pretty much unchanged since the late 90s then. We've got a 5-place grid penalty, sadly because of the gearbox, but hopefully we can try and have a good qualifying lap. Now, of course, yeah, Coulthard and Michael Schumacher, they'll want a big result this weekend. They'll want to go into Brazil knowing there is still an outside shot at that World Championship, especially with how unreliable the cars are, with how easy it is to lose a wheel. You know, everyone will sense an opportunity still right until this season is over. I almost sensed an opportunity there to find myself in the wall, but luckily we just about hung on to it. I mean, we were likely going to be starting this race anyway from the back of the field, so not the ideal way to kick things off there. That was scary beyond belief. Well, making our way then in towards the final couple of corners. David Coulthard, though, making his way through. Looks like it is going to be a pole position for the Scot. Is that the final corner he'll go? Yes, it is. We've surprisingly not ended up that far away. We actually beat out someone there. Like I said, we'll be starting from the back anyway, but I'm quite happy with that. Well, a critical pole position then for David Coulthard as we head into Japan, then 2/10 clear of his teammate Mika Hakkinen with Eddie Irvine in P3. Michael Schumacher, his qualifying pace has been pretty terrible in recent weeks. They're slower than Jean Lacey in the Sauber car. Sauber seem to have really taken a step forward late on in the year. But when you think we probably lost over a second, I reckon, in that little incident, to only end up, 6/10 away from Pedro de la Rosa, we've absolutely got some pace to fight today. Quickly though, before we get into this video, I want to thank all of the names you see on your screen. Without their continued support of the channel, none of the work we do here would be possible. And if you want to get your name featured on this list, you can click the join button or click the Patreon link down in my description below and support the channel from just £1 a month. You will also get access to weekly updates about everything going on behind the scenes, and also occasionally some early previews on videos. So yeah, a massive thank you to my YouTube members and my Patreon supporters, and let's get back to the video.
We come to you live today from the Mie Prefecture in the south of Japan's Honshu Island for a race that has seen many title deciders over the years. Some simple, some controversial, but all contributing to a legacy that makes the Japanese Grand Prix an indispensable stop in any Formula One season. A lap of this historic racetrack covers 3.6 miles, and it's the only time during the season that we race on a figure-of-8 racetrack. The drivers can expect some intense G-forces through the 18 corners on offer here as they experience some of the highest average apex speeds on the Formula One calendar. And keep an eye out for overtakes going into the final chicane. Joining me for the Grand Prix once again is Anthony Davidson. They must be starting to feel the pressure at this point, and surely there's a real shot at the title on the cards here, but one error at the wrong time, well, that could throw it all away.
True enough, but that pressure goes both ways. A failure or a mistake at this point could spell the end of their championship hopes, but they know their rivals are in exactly the same situation. Let's just hope the title is decided in the purest of ways.
It's time to see how our drive...
Fantastic podium result at the last race. Let's see if we can do it again today.
Well, Eddie Irvine then with a big opportunity this weekend to try and claim his first and what will be his only Formula 1 World Championship, set to retire at the end of the season. But yeah, few grid penalties there. Heinz-Harald Frentzen lines up alongside me on the back row of the grid. But yeah, 27 laps ahead of us then of this Suzuka circuit. And actually, I'm going to try and go with the alternate strategy today. Try and be a bit stronger towards the end of the afternoon. We'll see as to how things pan out. But a lot to play for late on in the championship. 5 red lights. Is going to be a mighty long hold, but lights out and away we go. As you would come to expect in this series, not able to get a good start as we make our way down in towards someone. The cars weaving this way and that as everyone tries to find some space into that first corner. I think that's a Ferrari trying to make some moves up through turn 1. Is that Michael though, or is it Eddie? As you can see, Frentzen and Riccardo Rossi side by side in front of me through the next couple of turns.
The safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta.
And Michael Schumacher then is out of the championship. What on earth has happened there to Michael? We'll try and have a look then from the Sauber's point of view there, but Michael Schumacher, it was only a little nudge of the wheel. But yeah, the German then is out of the championship hunt there, side by side with Jean Alesi, the man, of course, that swapped with him a few years ago. And yeah, Schumacher, it is over. Well, that worked out beautifully for us, though. We were able to sniff away around the rest of the AI there, so straight up into P13 on the opening lap of this Grand Prix. So yeah, probably about where I would hope to be after qualifying in the end. But yeah, Michael Schumacher, very dramatic start to the Grand Prix, but an undramatic end to his season. And the Ferrari driver, it is now a 3-car race. Well, safety car coming in then at the end of lap 3. I have no idea how many early race safety cars we've had this season, but it's certainly been quite a few. However, of course, not only does that ruin Michael Schumacher's chances, massively hampers Ferraris as well, of course, against McLaren. Because now it is 2 cars against 1, and there's only 4 points in it, isn't there? As we go green flag racing again then. Oh, Damon Hill there wanted to have a look down the inside at turn 1. I think we very firmly told him no, though, in that situation. We've got Marc Genet just in front of me in that Minardi. He is one that we should be able to keep up with. But in terms of the rest of the AI, I've got no idea. Around the outside of Genet, maybe? No chance there, as the AI certainly not afraid to try and have a sniff. Well, one thing I haven't showcased to you guys yet. Oh no, here goes Damon down the inside into 130R. I was about to say 130R is not quite flat out, or it's a bit of a blend in this Arrows car. Damon Hill clearly felt otherwise though, and sent it to the inside there. So a little wobble out in the final corner. It is still DC leading the way at the front, but I believe he'd need Irvine to finish 4th here if he wants a shot at the world title. If he wins it, I think the gap is 11 points, but I could be wrong. Oh, Jacques Villeneuve in front's got issues. He's going very, very slow as down the inside of Damon. Oi! AI, no chance I was getting any room there. Good job I kind of turned in more, but yeah, the AI apparently don't spot you if you're on the inside of the hairpin. As Hill is still trying to make moves there. Marc Genet, I think, yeah, is probably a little bit higher in the order than he would expect to be at the moment. But yeah, Jacques Villeneuve must have lost some wing or has got some engine problems. Oh, here goes Damon Hill again then to the inside this time round of Genet in towards 130. Oh, they just about keep it clean and tidy through, but it costs them both a lot of time. And I must admit the AI are braver than me through there. I absolutely do not fancy that. Well, Genet trying to look back around the inside of Hill down in towards turn 1. No opportunity there for him, but has Hill now got a little bit of damage? Oh, around the outside of Genet. Come on, he's a little bit slow there. We'll get all the way around him. Down the inside through the next part of the corner. Through Dunlop we go. And we are through and back up into P13 then. As, yeah, Jacques Villeneuve, he's on soft tyres, but has got no pace at all. Well, I tell you what, racing around these track in these old school cars is certainly an experience. As, yeah, it looks like Damon Hill now is starting to get a little bit stuck behind his ex-teammate Jacques Villeneuve. But, yeah, where these cars are so light and lack so much grip, they absolutely just bounce off the curbs. They feel like they move around a lot going through the S's as well. I mean, Suzuka wasn't that old a track at this point, of course. It had only been on the F1 calendar for, I think, about 10 or 11 years. But it is an experience in these cars today as Hill gets all under the gearbox of Jacques Villeneuve, but can't find a way through yet. Oh, we've got a safety car. But no one's gone? Oh, there we go. Someone's gone. Who's that? There we go then. It is one of the Minardis side by side with our teammate Pedro De La Rosa in towards turn 1. And De La Rosa just has a tiny lock-up. And yeah, left stranded on the outside of 130R. Not the ideal end to their afternoon. Well, that kind of ruins my strategy slightly, but is not the end of the world. I was planning on going really deep into the race on a set of the hard compound tyres to try and go softs to the end. However, tyre wear, as we know, is not really a lot in these cars, so I'm going to box now onto a set of the soft compound tyres to see us through. It's basically going to serve the second half of the GP. But I guess it just depends on whether we get any more safety cars later on. But yeah, I would have thought we'll see most cars into the pit lane then. Jacques Villeneuve, Damon Hill, yep, and pretty much everyone else in. So will there be the opportunity to try and jump some people as we make our way down the pit lane? I don't think so. In fact, oh, don't say we're going to get held up behind Damon. Not quite. So we'll get the jump on Damon Hill. There still is Jacques Villeneuve, so we haven't jumped him. But we're up to P9 then, so this has actually worked out quite nicely for us. So, yeah, we're now up into the points. Well, I believe every single car then did pit under that safety car, so it's meant that Irvine now is ahead of Mika Hakkinen and is in prime position to maybe challenge David Coulthard for the lead here. Of course, yeah, a win for Irvine today would seal it against David Coulthard. Of course, Mika Hakkinen, depending on where he finished, would still be in the fight, but yeah, goodbye Giancarlo Fisichella. We've got nothing in the way of straight line speed. Back down in towards turn 1. I feel like we're going to drop a couple of places quite quickly. However, we are on softer tyres than everyone else, so maybe we'll have a bit more grip as we make our way through the S's. Oh no, here goes Rubens Barrichello. We'll make him go to the outside of me, but it's irrelevant. As well, I think that was, yeah, Johnny Herbert as well tried to think about it. And we try and get back past. Oh, Rubens, he moves in the braking zone. Oh, we almost go into the side of him. And we won't even get a warning for that one. I thought we were going to get a penalty for cutting across the Casio Triangle. But that might be the closest we've ever been to retiring from one of these races so far this season. Barrichello and Herbert squeezed by me, though. And yeah, in a lap then, we've gone from 9th back to 12th. I tell you what, when you go back to driving a car like this, boy oh boy does it make you realise just how many fast sections there are here at Suzuka. We're probably going to lose the place to Damon Hill and Hightown Frentzen pretty soon. Yeah, this is a track where this car's weaknesses are really shown up, as David Coulthard still leading the way at the front clearly. Oh, here comes Damon Hill carrying a lot of speed in towards turn 1. Well, for some reason, Damon Hill seems to be the one person we can defend from in this Grand Prix. We'll keep him at bay for another lap. We're not losing much to Herbert and Co in front. Jacques Villeneuve is definitely still the cork in the bottle, but there's just no way around them all. Well, the only place we can really go for it is down at this hairpin, but we've got to be really, really confident with it. They're almost into the back of Rubens Barrichello, but we'll complete the move on Johnny Herbert finally. That's where we're going to have to make the moves today, otherwise we just cannot find a way around the AI. Problem is, you can see Herbert there trying to come back at me. I have to make this Arrows car as wide as possible. I'd love another point towards the end of the year. Problem is, though, yeah, immediately, look at that. Johnny Herbert straight back past me. Damon Hill might now even be able to get a run as well. So Hill there weaving this way and that, trying to find a way through. He might still be close enough to Johnny. We're going to send it on him. Oh, big dive bomb there, but we'll hold on. Will Herbert again, though, be able to get a run on me back down in towards turn 1. I'm going to try and go defensive on him. Johnny Herbert, though, so much extra straight line speed. That is a joke against that Sauber car at the moment. And yeah, we'll throw everything at it, but the AI still clear cut faster. Look at that, though. Look how far we can go in. Oh, Johnny Herbert actually tagged me that time. Somehow we'll get away with it. You don't get away with too many of those inside this series. And that time around, we've actually built up a little bit of a gap over Herbert. Oh, Fisichella now as well, looking for a move on Jacques Villeneuve. Everyone's kind of settled down out of the safety car, and now people want to get on with it again. As you can still see there, Fizzy and Jacques making it through clean and tidy. Rubens Barrichello, Bass is trying to get a slice of the action as well. Can we just hold off there? Result, we got a safety car. Who else has gone? I believe this one's Heinz-Harald Frentzen down the inside of Damon Hill. What's going to happen here? You can just see they're side by side, and big shunt in towards the Casio triangle as the Williams tried to bite off maybe a bit more than he could chew. Well, I've got no idea whether the safety cars today have been a blessing or a curse, but we've got 7 laps to go, and now we are directly behind the points here. Jacques Villeneuve, he's had issues all day. Can we try and find a way around him and potentially leapfrog our way back inside that top 10 then? Are we going to see Damon Hill for about the 5th time today trying to look past me down in towards someone? He's gaining. Not close enough this time around there, so that's probably going to be the hardest one to try and defend. As you can see already, trying to apply pressure to Jacques Villeneuve. Just got no idea whether he's going to give me the room, and the car is wobbling all over the road. We've got more yellows out. Maybe someone else with issues further back. No, looks like we've all kept it clean and tidy. But Irvine at the moment still between those 2 McLaren cars, so I believe David Coulthard will be out of the championship fight, and Hakkinen would continue to lose ground to him there, as we've got to have a look for it down at the hairpin, surely. If we get a run out here, Jacques Villeneuve is so slow. Whoa, some of the cars up in front. Down the inside we'll go. Nope, not getting any room there. As Damon Hill now tries to have a look around my outside. And Hill, is he going to complete the move? We're going to try and keep him a little bit squeezed. But that Jordan has just got so much straight line speed. We've gone and lost one rather than gaining it. Oh, you can see there, Hill gets right under the gearbox of that Williams, though he's going to have a look to the outside. Former teammates going at it once again this afternoon. Jacques Villeneuve then will lose the place. We'll try and capitalise as well and get round the outside of him. Can we keep up with Damon Hill towards the end of the afternoon? Jacques Villeneuve, I would imagine, probably going to get run back on me down in towards turn 1. As here comes Marc Genet as well there, but we won't back out of it. Jacques Villeneuve out of the points down to P12. But now it's myself versus Damon Hill, the man we replaced at Arrows. Come on, we got to try and find a way around Damon Hill late on in the day. Another big diving manoeuvre down the inside of the hairpin. This time around, though, Damon spots it and will try and sneak back past me. Cuts my nose off on the exit of the corner, but 3 laps to go, just over. We want to try and score a point here. See, not really worried whether I finish 11th or last. The only thing I want to do is try and get to the end of the race, because I believe we have still had a perfect reliability record so far this season. But I believe, at the front though, Coulthard's still leading. Eddie Irvine still P2. Don't know how far back we can be to try and make a send on Damon. Oh, that was too far. That was really close. In fact, I think we did make a little bit of contact, but we couldn't quite find a way past. Not losing a wheel, luckily, but you can also see as well how much time Jacques Villeneuve's lost. That Williams really has had some technical gremlins today, and he is probably about to fall behind Johnny Herbert. Starting the final lap then here from Suzuka. It is still David Coulthard leading the way, but like I said, I don't think mathematically that is going to be enough for him to stay in the championship fight here. Eddie Irvine, it is going to be him versus Mika Hakkinen as we head to Sao Paulo, Brazil next weekend. Will we see a return to real-life results there with Hakkinen claiming the World Championship? Or will Eddie Irvine rewrite Formula 1 history and become our first F1 champion in this series? Only time will tell. But either way, I'm really, really hyped for the season finale. They're making our way through this final lap. I mentioned in the intro to this video how many times we've scored points this season. It doesn't look like that's going to happen today, though, as there's still a few more AI dropping back a little way up the road, but nowhere near close enough to Damon Hill this time round, who, no matter where we've been in this Grand Prix, we've always seemed to be fighting Damon so far today. But yeah, this one, it has been a really, really scary race. so easy to make a mistake. Not only on this track, but of course also in this car. But as we make our way in towards the final couple of corners, though, David Coulthard is going to win the Japanese Grand Prix. They're setting fastest lap after fastest lap at the end. But has Eddie Irvine come through for P2? Or has Mika Hakkinen potentially saved his teammate and McLaren here through the final couple of corners? It is an agonising P11 for us. But yeah, all eyes on the top of the championship there as there were cars drag racing towards the finish.
They've done it then, here at Suzuka. A brilliant win on this beloved figure-of-8 circuit. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
Well, there we are then, the end of the Japanese Grand Prix there. And David Coulthard, I need to have a look at the championship standings, but he has done enough this weekend to beat out Eddie Irvine there. Mika Hakkinen in P3 ahead of Jean Alesi and Alexander Wirtz there. Fisichella, again, always scoring good points. His Fizzy beats out both Jan Magnussen, Ralf Schumacher, Rubens Barrichello and Damon Hill there. So Stewart's and Jordan's picking up all of the spoils when all is said and done. Heinz-Harald Frentzen, Jos Verstappen, Michael Schumacher, the three drivers not to see the checkered flag there. Three separate incidents that each brought out a safety car. But it does mean in the championship, Coulthard has done enough. Okay then. So David Coulthard, a critical win late on in the season there, will mean it is officially a 3-car scrap for the World Championship next time out in Brazil there. Eddie Irvine has a 12-point lead over Mika Hakkinen there, 22-point lead over Coulthard. So Coulthard basically needs to win it. But yeah, Eddie Irvine, all he needs is a podium, and he will be Formula 1 World Champion there. Schumacher, he's got none to fight for next weekend. We've got a lot to scrap out, though. As Jean Alesi gets the jump on me, we could still finish 6th place here, best of the rest. But we would need a bit of a miracle in the championship finale there. Constructors-wise, Stewart, again, that big result pushes them and Sauber a little bit further away from us, so I'm not sure we're going to be able to do a lot to beat out either of those teams there, but we've done enough that pretty much guaranteed to beat out Tyrrell there. Jordan and Williams, 4 points between them. Benetton, the only team, I believe, that can't change position no matter what happens, and 19 points between McLaren and Ferrari there. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back later on this week then when Formula 1 returns ready for the F1 1998 finale.